Hi there, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last time we presented a super cool and epic theory, but sadly we got ratioed by Von Zykes. And now the jurors all picked guilty verdicts. So that ain't good. But thankfully we do have a few, at least one or two leads to go off of. If I recall, this fella was like, oh man, fuck the police, am I right? And obviously I don't think this copper guy is gonna be happy to hear that.
Excuse me.
I mean, just look at the way he's fucking slinging his pistol around like he's fucking Horace Knightley. Do you have something to say in response to that, Mr. Ottermole? Oh yeah, I forgot that was his name, wasn't it? Oh wait, no, he looks just like Ottermole, apparently. Oh, you called it a mass murderer? Ah, sorry, my mistake. I got confused because I heard you look like him. I mean, yeah, but it's not like we know the jurors' names. But we did have Sholmes going on about how he looked like a murderer and he was a cop or something. Or some shit, it was a while back, but, you know. I don't look anything like the man. You already locked up, Sonny. Thanks, Mr. Sholmes. Yeah, see, it was Sholmes' fault, not mine. Perhaps we can move on. I was really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to what juror number 3 just said. Well, do you? Clearly you do. Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this. This is fucking Gregson's theme. That also sounds like the general investigation theme from the original games, kind of. What is the opening bit? I guess it plays from all Bobbies. What was it like, sir? We worked our fingers to the bone to earn the public's trust, we did. And by Jove, we earned it. People respected us back then. They respected you? No one would have caught a corner in a question in them days. Oh yeah, we did do that. We did kind of accuse Dr. Scythe of being an accomplice to murder, even though, which again still feels a bit abrupt, but I assume that's going to be the case, because like normally in these games, you know, once you're this far into a story, like your new theory isn't going to be the one that's like false. At least like 9% of the time, anyway. The coroner's report was a hallmark of an investigation done right. Especially when Dr. Courtney Stevens put her name to it. Courtney Stevens? I thought her name was Courtney Scythe, pal. He was the best of the best.
Hold it!
And the apple of the force's eye. Hold on a minute. What are you talking about? Who's Courtney Stevens? Sorry. Got a bit carried away there. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's mate. Oh, sorry, I don't need to mix their voices up. Stevens is Dr. Scythe's maiden name. Her maiden name? So that was before she was married. Well, geez. What happened to Mr. Scythe? And also, didn't he have a daughter? Who knows, man? Maybe the dad's not around. Of course, yes. Silly me. It's Scythe now, isn't it? Which, I gotta say, is more thematically appropriate for a coroner, because, you know, they deal with dead people, and Scythe, you know? Stevens is just kind of generic, you know? Stevens? I'm sure I've seen that name somewhere recently. Anyway, point is, those were the great days of policing, not like now. Sorry to interrupt, sir, but do you think you could change your statement to include that name? Well, yes, I don't see why not. She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew her, of course. A legendary coroner even then. Oh, really?
Hold it!
She was legendary, was she?
What did you say?
I said legendary.
That woman is still the best coroner in the land. Head of the forensic investigation team.
Jeez, why don't you fucking marry her if you love her so much? Ugh. Legendary was your description, sir, not mine.
Rubbish. That word never passed my lips.
Bro, you just said it.
I'd never describe anybody that way. Ever. Not that they were still in the game.
I mean, I guess, yeah, like, I assume legendary, I guess. You generally assume that's someone who isn't active anymore, but, you know, you can still be a legend in your own time, you know? I think the point you're trying to make is that she's pretty fucking good at her job. Is like the main crux of your argument. Would that be fair?
It would. If it wasn't the fact that you're trying to drag that legendary woman's reputation through the mud.
See, you just said it again, you dumb murderer. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that legendary. Okay, so... during these summation examinations, we don't present evidence. We gotta, pit the jurors against each other. Let's review all our statements once more, since, just to be on the safe side. Tower, oh wait, what's on the newspaper, by the way? Tower garners worldwide acclaim. London, Britain, and the Industrial Revolution. Were they calling it the Industrial Revolution, like, when it was happening? Like, literally? You know, that feels like something you would name after the fact, from, like, a historical perspective. I don't know. Were contemporary Victorian-era people calling it the Industrial Revolution? I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious. Anyway, let's see. Nonsense to think those two would be conniving with one another. This is most troubling. Patrolling the waxwork model is nothing to do with the coroner, is it? You don't trust police. I've seen no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever in the birdcage. And then you, dumb child. Now let me just check something in the court record again, because I do recall seeing that name before. Wait, did we read this, by the way? O. Assman and Enoch Dreba. I mean, that all looks accurate to me. Anyway, this was the important thing. Condemned prisoner, blankety blankety blank. Pseudonym, the professor. Death by hanging. Confirmed at midnight, 17th of June. Courtney Stevens. Well, all right. See, that's a connection, is it not? Now let's see. For this statement, she's saying the model has nothing to do with the coroner, but since we know that this model is of the professor, and she apparently signed his autopsy report, that kind of seems like a connection to me. So, I think the way we should do this is, I'll pit you, lady, with this dude, and see where that takes us.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Oh, good gracious. Two statements do you refer, counsel? So, juror number 2. Oh, gosh. Me? What can I do for you? For you. Oh yeah, that walking sprite, I never get tired of that one. I presume that you heard what juror number 6 said in his statement. It's brought to light the maiden name of the coroner, Dr. Scythe. Which in turn has revealed a connection that wasn't apparent before. Well, naturally, as a woman of society, I find such connections and relationships irresistible. Oh, but oh golly, I'm afraid I fail to see what you mean. Dr. Scythe's maiden name is Stevens. And through that name, The coroner is very definitely linked to the waxwork of the killer. The defense has evidence to prove it. Okay, now we get to present evidence. By the way, I don't remember if I said this last time, but if I did, or if I didn't, I'm pretty sure the autopsy report for the last game, the last case, was also signed by Dr. Stevens, which is weird because that was like 6 months ago, you know, timeline-wise. So what, did she get like separated in the last 6 months? She just changed her name back to, or, well, no, or did she get, no, she got married in the last 6 months. It was Stevens, right? I don't know. Anyway, that was an aside. The defense has evidence to prove it. My goodness! Evidence, you say? How utterly enthralling!
Counsel, the Lord cannot overlook that last remark. I very much hope there's something to your claim. Bah.
Of course, my lord. Do I ever not have substance to my claims? My claims are super substantiated. I would ask the court to look at this. The evidence that clearly links Dr. Scythe to the mass murderer known as the Professor. Okay, now we can present this bad boy. Take that! Yeah, fucking shove it in her face. I have here a second autopsy report from 10 years ago.
A 10-year-old autopsy report? What relevance does that have?
It is, of course, from the autopsy of the person portrayed in the waxwork. The killer known as the Professor.
Gah. The Professor's... What the man with a couple of windows, so...
That's right. This is the certification of death that was drawn up after the convict's execution. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. What's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens. Oh my! Courtney Stevens?
Strike a light!
It appears that the professor's autopsy was conducted by Dr. Scythe 10 years ago. And a few days ago, Mr. Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork of the professor from Madame Taspels. A waxwork that doesn't in fact resemble the victim, Mr. Assman, at all. And do you suppose there's some unsavory relationship between those events? Most likely. Absolutely, I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that the Professor case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover between Dr. Courtney Scythe and Mr. Enoch motherfucking Drebber. Yeah, what do you say to that, juror number 2? Feel your fucking mind being swayed to our side? Hidden links, mysterious connections, secret relationships. This is all most extraordinary. We're surely obliged now to explore this further. Yeah. Throw that fireball into the scales of justice, which is still a very extreme and over-the-top, I mean, way to show your whether you judge someone guilty or not guilty.
Quite right. We can't let this trial come to an end now. Now there is clear suspicion hanging over the yard's best corner. It wasn't like this in my day, but we're still here to uphold justice in the end.
Alright, well, it's two peeps on our side. It's Professor! That's what links that frightful swindler and the coroner. If a yard's coroner's under suspicion, then we're not done here yet, are we? Clearly. Okay, well, we can't press them now that we've, you know, convinced them, and such. Wait, no. Oh, we can't even, like, pit them against each other, huh? Wait. Was there some other, thing that we could have used?
Hold it!
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Let's go back, through these statements again. Wait, oh yeah, he wanted evidence that the Professor Waxwork was inside that birdcage. Yeah. Let me just double check. Yeah, we can prove that. I mean, we've got the glass that was in the clothing of the waxwork, and it was in the Crystal Tower. The glass was from the Crystal Tower, which would imply that he had to have been in the birdcage because it fell to the Crystal Tower. I want to say. Actually, I have something I'd like you to see, sir. Oh? I must warn you that I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats. So given your jet black outfit, I don't mind admitting to a sense of trepidation here. Yeah, I kind of already... Again, I cannot find it. Okay, some characters I don't always have consistent voices for. So you don't trust anyone in black? Looking in the mirror must be very trying. Oh yeah, you're right. That dude is wearing black. Also, my client is wearing a white coat. You don't trust him. I do have some evidence that proves the waxwork was inside that birdcage. Namely, these glass shards. Pal. Areno. What's that? A piece of glass. Oh, it's unusually thick for glass. Yes, it's a piece of broken glass that we found, inside the jacket on the waxwork. Let's see. As you say, it's not ordinary glass, though. It's very thick and clearly made for extra strength. Much like the special glass that was developed for the construction of the Crystal Tower. The Crystal Tower... Holy smoke! Exactly. The centerpiece of the Great Exhibition, where the very incident we're talking about took place. On the day in question, the birdcage fell from above. Fell from above and smashed through a window of that special glass. From whence this small piece originated? Is that it? Is that it? I don't know. I don't know, man. He didn't look like he has much of a... Again, not everyone has a clear bit. I can't always have a clear vision for everyone. I'm just one guy. Precisely. So, what do you say? Now that clear evidence in support of the assertion has been placed before you. If you're a man of science, you'll do the right thing. Well, as I said, I only trust men in white coats as a rule. However, when the reasoning is sound, it's fair to say color shouldn't come into it. Yeah, I should hope so. In light of what you've shown me here, yes, I feel obliged to change my position on the matter. Well, in that case, Joe number 4, you'll amend your statement now, please. Oh, wait, that wasn't it? The presence of that piece of glass leaves me in little doubt that the waxwork was indeed inside that birdcage. I kind of thought that would have done it for me, but I guess not.
Hold it!
Thank you for reconsidering your position, sir. Your words are misplaced, boy. My opinion is governed by logic and science, and nothing else. Oh, look at you, Mr. fucking, facts over feelings guy. Yes, science is where you should just direct your words of gratitude. Ah. Thank you, science. I love you very much. What's the matter with you? Too good to say some words of thanks to the mother of all academic subjects? What is it about scientists? Honestly. They're an eccentric bunch, that's for sure. Okay, well now I think we can pit these two together, right? Because now she was wanting proper evidence, and he says he acknowledged the evidence that we presented, so...
Objection!
Yeah, kind of clear, right? These two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious. Okay, come on. It's kind of obvious, right? Like, geez, do you have fucking amnesia?
Whose statements do you refer, Counsel?
Or short-term memory loss? If you could put your cord down for a moment, juror number 5. Oh, you mean me? You pointed out that it's wrong to make an accusation without evidence. But the accusation that the waxwork model was inside the second birdcage on the day in question is not without supporting evidence, as the defense demonstrated to the juror sitting beside you. Oh, is that right? Is that right? Would it be fair to say you didn't follow the arguments? I don't understand much besides can of cob, to be honest. Yeah, I can kind of fucking tell. Of course you don't. If I could interject here. Please do, sir. Now that this assertion of yours about the waxwork has been backed up by some solid evidence, it would be wrong of me, as a man of science, not to pursue the matter further. Okay, yeah, duh, that kind of... I feel like we didn't really need that to put 2 and 2 together. I guess we technically need a majority, right? Like, a majority of not guilty for it to work, so I guess.
Well, me too then.
Sorry.
If this brainy gentleman says he's right, then he must be. See, I wouldn't dream of going to get Colonel Cobb or anyone who's got stuff in between the ears.
Alright, well, that about does it, I guess. Success! If you can call it that. Yeah, it works, I guess.
Thank Counsel, that will do. As a result of the summation examination, the jurors who are leading has changed. 2 jurors now called guilty, against 4 who call not guilty. Accordingly, the court has failed to reach a consensus at this time. And the trial must continue.
Yay! We made it through another minute or 2. We did it! Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Another wonderful victory. Yeah, it's how fucking ballers do it.
A waxwork of the despicable professor. Used as a body double for the victim in this quite extraordinary case. I must say, it's extremely hard to believe the assertion could possibly be true. However, it would appear that it does at least want further investigation.
It's the waxwork of the professor that links Mr. Drebber and Dr. Scythe. And I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link.
I don't know what you're hoping to prove, lad. I really don't.
The truth, sir. By using evidence and testimony.
If the court is to delve deeper into the alleged involvement of the waxwork in this case, then the prosecution calls for the owner of the model to be summoned as a witness.
The owner?
The owner? Madame Tuspels.
I guess it would make sense that we would want to talk to her about it, and now you mention it. I really thought that Lord Van Sykes would object to this whole line of inquiry.
Yeah, very well, I concur. Make arrangements for Madame Tuspels to appear as a witness with immediate effect. Listen carefully, my learned friend.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
You should know that you're on the brink of opening Pandora's box.
Bitch, do you recall what happened last time I was on the brink of opening Pandora's box? I didn't just open that box. I took a sledgehammer and I fucking smashed that motherfucker. And it wasn't just a box, it was Pandora's music box, more like it.
The court's now adjourned for 45 minutes. During that time, the prosecution will summon a new witness and prepare her for taking the stand. Madame Tispels, yes. I shall
Come on, don't fucking lisp.
I shall see to it at once, my lord.
To be continued. Sick. And not even like a little nice... Okay, there we go. I was waiting for a little celebratory jingle, you know, but cool. Looks like we did the thing. We proved that our theory wasn't completely off the rails, cuckoo, poo-poo, stinky, insane. And now we get to talk to Esmeralda Tispels again. She was pretty nice, or well, she was pretty neat last time, you know. I'm sure we'll get some more useful information from her. But since, hey, it's a to be continued, that's usually as good a time as any to wrap things up. So that's what I'm going to do. For now, I will say goodbye. In the next episode, we will talk to the owner of the Professor model and see what we can find. But until then, I'll see you around.